We're making flourless keto tempura batter. Let's go. This tempura batter recipe is perfect for you if you live a gluten-free, low-carb, nut-free or keto lifestyle. In fact, if you are a regular viewer, you might have seen me test this tempura batter out when I tried making popcorn chicken. And if you want to make popcorn chicken, here's a link to that recipe. In this video, we are going to tempuraize green beans, cauliflower, and chicken again, but this time we're making chicken nuggets. For those of you who are new to my channel, we have been experimenting with powdered or finely grated cheese as a substitute for any flour. And the best cheese to use is finely grated or powdered Parmesan or Pecorino. Your ingredients and your shopping list, nutritional information is listed in the description box. Let's get into the recipe now. To a small bowl, add 1 whole egg, 1 tablespoon of finely grated or powdered cheese, a 1/4 teaspoon of powdered gelatin, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder for fluffiness. Whisk that up real good, and when you're done, check that it is thick enough, and if not, you can add more cheese, and I'm going with another tablespoon, and whisk again. That is the tempura batter recipe, and you can use it plain, just like that. Now I'm going to show you 3 different flavor ideas. For the first one, I added 1 teaspoon of lemon juice, a 1/2 teaspoon of dried mixed herbs, a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, seasoned with a 1/4 teaspoon of salt and a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, and mixed until fully combined. And by now you can tell this batter will have a lemon and herb flavor. I then added 3/4 of a cup of green beans, which weighed in at 100 grams, and mixed that together with a fork so I could make sure all of the green beans were well coated. For the next one, we're going to do an Italian flavor. So to the batter, add 1 teaspoon of tomato paste, a 1/2 teaspoon of smoked paprika, 1 teaspoon of fresh basil diced, or you can use dried, a 1/4 teaspoon each of salt and black pepper. Just showing you that if you are concerned that the batter is too thick, just add 1 tablespoon of water. Then give it a good whisking so those herbs and spices are evenly distributed. This time I'm adding cauliflower florets, 3/4 of a cup weighing in at 80 grams, and coated them fully in the batter. And how about an easy satay for the last one? Add 1 tablespoon of natural organic peanut butter to the batter, 1 teaspoon of tomato paste, a 1/4 teaspoon of chili powder, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Mix, mix, mix until you have the same consistency. And while I'm mixing, you will notice the batter is a little thicker than the previous ones because we're making chicken nuggets, and I wanted to show you the thicker version. I added 100 grams of chicken sliced and cut into the nugget shape, then mixed so that all the pieces were coated in the batter. To fry these up, fill a small saucepan to about 1.5 inches with keto approved oil. I'm using cold pressed avocado oil, so my oil is very dark green. You want the oil to heat up to at least 300 degrees Fahrenheit or 150 degrees Celsius so it sizzles when frying. You can add the meat or vegetables all at once or little by little, which is actually better because you won't really have pieces stuck together. Anywho, to minimize sticking, I used a fork and beat the oil a bit. This only takes a few minutes to be cooked, and when your snack is ready, remove from the oil and place on a paper towel to drain. I'm just going to show you the green beans now real quick. Please follow the same method as with the chicken. Have your oil heated to at least 300 degrees Fahrenheit or 150 degrees Celsius so the beans bubble as they hit the oil. Separate using a fork, remove and place in a paper towel to drain the excess oil, and this is how mine turned out. If you want to do this with cauliflower florets, I fried it the same way as the chicken and the green beans, and cue the music. feel like this is the ultimate batter because if I want a thin batter, like more like tempura, I would just use 1 tablespoon of powdered cheese. And if you want a thicker batter like KFC type thing, you would use 2 tablespoons of powdered cheese. We've tested it with meat and with odd-shaped vegetables. So I hope you get to make this recipe and let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe and be well.